So we're starting this stream off with some of the collections coming to DbD within like the next couple months. So so there's a Witcher collection coming out on June 3rd. The collection will have uh, Geralt, Yennefer, Ciri, Triss, Leshen, and Aridin. Uh, just a sort of like a little teaser what it's going to look like. I'm just gonna put up a picture of Geralt's skin. We are also getting more Tomb Raider skins. One being Lara Croft's iconic her Tomb Raider skin. They also said that they are working on another one. They didn't give us much details other than those who have watched or played the games would recognize it immediately. Which I've never watched or played the Tomb Raider games. I yeah. Um Yeah, considering it's like her iconic. It is Lara. Uh, DbD is also doing a collaboration with the Brule brothers. Uh, which I don't know much about the Brule brothers. I don't want to give out misinformation or anything. But they have this show, and they did a episode on Dead by Daylight. It explains it in the video. But so they did like a contest thing on their show, and one of the ones that is coming to Dead by Daylight is the winner, and it's a very cool Huntress skin. I can't wait to play with it. I can't wait to buy it. It does. Yeah. So the two skins from the Brule Brothers collection that is coming to DbD. There's it is, yeah. So this is the Huntress skin. Just gonna cover this for a minute. Very nice. And then the artist skin that's coming to Dead by Daylight is based solely on the Brule brothers, which is this. Um, yeah. Um, I'm saving the hidden message one for last. Um, we could go and talk about Springtrap. Or we can talk about our predictions for 2v8. Because that's coming out like next week. Uh, okay, so what we do know is that they're bringing Ghosty and Oni into 2v8. They are this rendition's addition? Uh, big words. Um, 2v8, for those that don't know, it's where you have 2 killers, 8 survivors, no perks. Instead, it's like team abilities and yeah. Um, what do you think Oni's power is gonna be? I so obviously Ghosty and Oni, they have probably two of the most unique abilities in the game. Uh, as far as like their actual power goes, I think they're both gonna stay the same. Except I'm wondering what their team up ability is. That's what I meant. Their team up. Yeah. Because I don't actually remember what the other ones were. I know they all came with like their own special team up, but it was also like it depended on what you also chose, if that makes sense. Yeah, they could like whatever we say it could be. They could go in like a whole different direction. I for one am excited for 2v8 again. Yeah. But but they did say that they're going to implement a play while you wait feature, which is given very much Overwatch, where you, yes, because you could like queue up as killer and then play as survivor while you wait, or queue up as survivor and play as killer while you wait. And it's very much a unique feature, especially for a horror game like Dead by Daylight. I just noticed this stream is going to be very short. Well, we're just talking. No playing games. Um, I'm gonna pull up the roadmap. So, here we have the roadmap. 3 licensed chapters, 2 original chapters. we all know what the first licensed chapter is. We have no clue what the last licensed chapter is. All we know is it comes with a new killer and 2 new survivors. And I honestly can't think of anything else. I'd probably have to go through like DbD's most wanted licensed uh, chapters because I can't think of anything because we're already getting the most requested. And possibly the second most requested for some reason. Oh. Mm. Mm. Yeah. I at least wanted the map. Um, I've never played the games. I've watched the movie, which is actually one of my like favorite movies, and we should watch it later. Perhaps after we finish this season of Demon Slayer. But Five Nights at Freddy's was confirmed not only by who was it? Dweet, who is known for like their special leaks, and they're always like on point. Thank you. First try. So, first try. Good job. Thank you. Um, did you do it as plug? Used to be a doctor main, now a plug main. You are a menace. Um, Another thing that they're talking about adding is modifiers and game modes and customs. I personally hope we can do like a. I hope we can combine game modes and modifiers because then that would be like a real custom game. Like, for instance, Lights Out and 2v8. But instead, but the only thing I can think of with the game modifiers and the game modes is 2v8 is limited in killers. So unless they come up with everything else for those killers, specifically for 2v8, it doesn't make sense. I'm excited to see how they plan to do it. Um, I did. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Hi, Mom. Everything okay? Okay. So we talked about most of the things on the list I have. However, we didn't go into detail with the one thing. You said okay. Come on. What are you trying to do? Mm. Are you gonna tell me what you're doing? That's not what I was gonna talk about. I was gonna go into detail with Springtrap. Men, I swear. I love you. So, we are getting Springtrap and Five Nights at Freddy's and Dead by Daylight. Here is a look, like a first glance at the map, first of all. You missed two. Yeah. Anyways, that's the map. Uh, Here's first look at Springtrap. And what I'm anticipating the most is his legendary skill, which is voiced by none other than Matthew Lillard. It's also a little blurry. Yeah. It looks like the movie, though. That's... He did age. In the movie, he aged. But, yeah. Springtrap. I'm gonna go broke. Actually, I have probably enough money, enough Oryx cells on my DbD account for when it comes out. No, I didn't. Oh. I a broke bitch. Now, uh, let's take a look at the roadmap again. Because according to the guy who hosted the event for the broadcast, they hid something in plain sight. words. Which a lot of comments on that on the broadcast was that it's a Walking Dead thing. Yeah, because the new Walking Dead show is called The Ones Who Live. And they said what they call the next chapter after Five Nights at Freddy's, an iconic duo. So the only thing is, I don't think it's her and Rick. I think it's Rick and Daryl. We're watching it. That's on the list. It's a lot of seasons, a lot of series, but we're watching it. I just recently started it back up earlier. Still on season 4 out of 11 regular seasons. Another one we're going to start is Supernatural, which, if it's not The Walking Dead, I actually think it might be Supernatural because they're iconic as well. And they always come back to life. But, okay, last thing on my list is our wants for Dead by Daylight. Okay. What would you like to see in Dead by Daylight? Baby, I'm gonna cry. I forgot to add Discord on OBS. Is it? I'm just gonna end my stream.